Hey everybody, what's going on? It's James here with Crypto Common Sense, and this is not your Bitcoin update video. This is actually just a little supplement video I wanted to do for you guys because of a post that I saw on Twitter, and then I shared it in my Facebook group. And I got to thinking about it. Sharing it was fine and everything, but really, why don't I tell you guys how to avoid this so that it never happens to you? So this is the post I'm talking about, and excuse profanity, that kind of stuff bothers you. It's not my post, but basically they're very angry because they're saying their stop did not trigger and their entire BitMEX account is gone. They got liquidated, whatever. So what I want to tell you is a couple things. Number one, this has nothing to do with their stop executing or triggering. I'm sure their stop probably did trigger. What's actually happening, and they don't seem to understand this, is there was no liquidity. Okay, in a market, you have to have buyers and you have to have sellers. So what that essentially means is if you're trying to, for example, execute a stop loss, let's say you're long on XRP, and let's say you longed it at 30 cents, and your stop loss, for easy math, let's say it's 25 cents. So essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to sell your XRP for 25 cents if it drops that low. Somebody has to be on the other side of that trade saying, okay, I want to buy it for 25 cents. If there's nobody willing to buy it, it just keeps going down. And even though your stop is triggered, somebody has to be able to buy it. Somebody has to be willing to buy it before it's going to execute. This is exactly what I was talking about a couple of days ago when I did the video on the Jordan Belfort thing, where he was saying that, if they ever find out that Tether really is a scam and all that kind of stuff, I was saying that this is going to go to, into the basement, into the toilet, a lot faster than what you're going to be able to get out of your positions. Because again, if nobody's willing to buy a Bitcoin off of you, you can't sell it. Okay? But essentially what happened with this person is this went so low without anybody on the other side of his trade. When it finally did execute, it blew up his account. He lost all of his money. So there is a way to prevent this from happening to you, and it's something that I actually teach inside my trading course. And this isn't a plug for that course. All my videos, of course, have a link in the description for that. I'm going to share the lesson with you right now because it's something that everybody should understand. One of the things that I teach my people is I never keep more than 2.5% of my portfolio on BitMEX. Never, ever, never. If it ever grows to above 2.5%, I immediately withdraw that money. Now, it actually takes like 24 hours on BitMEX, but immediately I put in a request to withdraw that money, and that money goes back over to one of the other exchanges where I can exchange that for US dollars, and then every couple of weeks that money gets put into my bank account. Why don't I keep more than 2.5% on there? Risk management, guys. Risk management. People do not understand in this space the point of leverage. They think leverage is a tool so that they can trade with more money than they have. They think leverage is a tool like Forex. In Forex, when you're trading these movements that are tiny, tiny little movements. So you need to be trading massive position sizes so that when it moves 0.1%, you can actually make a decent amount of money off of that. So they bring that mindset over to cryptocurrency, or they've never traded before in their life, and they come over here with, say, $1,000 or $2,000, and they're in there doing 30 and 40x leverage, trying to trade with $30,000 and $40,000. Or there's guys who will be on Twitter posting their $500,000, $1 million trades. Do you really think that a guy doing $1 million trades is posting on Twitter if they're a professional trader? Do you really think that? Okay, because if you're doing $1 million trade, risk management says you should have at least $1 million in your trade account. You shouldn't be trading with more size than your account. So do you think millionaires are sitting on Twitter trying to sell, for example, $10 memberships? Probably not, guys. Okay? Leverage is a risk management tool. It's not supposed to increase your risk. It's supposed to diminish your risk. So what I do is I will put 2.5% of my portfolio on BitMEX. So we're going to use some nice, easy math. Let's say that my portfolio is $100,000. I will put $2,500 on BitMEX or $2,500 worth of Bitcoin, because you can't put US dollars there. I will then trade with that $2,500. And if I want to do a trade that's my full account size, in this example, $100,000, I would do a 50x leverage, okay? Now, I never do that, okay? Never. Usually the biggest trades I will do is about, if I'm really, really confident, I might do 50% of my portfolio. But typically I try to keep my trades under 30%. So again, if we're going to use this example, if my portfolio was 100 grand, that means my trade would be 30 grand. So let's say that I did a $30,000 trade and I had 2.5% of my portfolio on BitMEX. Here's how that would work. Again, let's say I want to do a $30,000 trade. Let's say that I had $2,500 on the exchange. 30,000 divided by 2,500 is 12. That means I use 12x leverage, and I can do my $30,000 trade while only keeping 2.5% of my portfolio on the exchange. Guess what? If something like this happens and it blows up my account, it destroys me, takes all of my money, how much money did I lose? Did I lose 30 grand? Nope. I lost $2,500. That's the absolute most that I can lose, because that's all I have on the site. Okay? That's the point of leverage. The point of leverage is not, hey, look, I got a $100,000 account, let me do a $2.5 million trade. Or, hey, look, I've got a $100,000 account, let me do 50x leverage and trade with $5 million position size. That's not what it's for. Not in a market that's as volatile as crypto. So while I feel really bad for this guy that he got liquidated, I do feel bad for him that he lost all his money. You pay to play, and if you're going to play a game and not understand the rules, one of my very first mentors in business once told me, you can't win the game if you don't know the rules, right? And in cryptocurrency, especially in a site like BitMEX, where you're talking about futures and you're talking about derivatives and you're talking about people trading with massive position sizes that are way above their pay grade, you're going to have massive volatility. And in a brand new market like XRP, which was just added to the site, you're going to have a lack of liquidity. Lack of liquidity plus high volatility, this is what you get. It's terrible for the space, but that's a whole other conversation. This video is just about showing you how to use leverage to protect yourself instead of wreck yourself. With all that being said, guys, please remember, I am literally some guy sitting in a spare bedroom. Hope you enjoyed the video, but nothing in here is financial advice. You should always do your own due diligence before making any type of investment in cryptocurrency. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And of course, don't forget to check the description for links where you can follow me on TradingView, Twitter, where you can join my free Facebook group, and where you can join my trading course if you'd like to learn how to trade. This is James with Crypto Common Sense, reminding you to please trade safe.